some people are really good marketers. And they present themselves, well. They know how to connect, but ultimately, just use the same common sense you would dealing with anything else, right? Even with me, with anybody, right? Trust but verify, as they say. Going back to my days at SEPTA, I used to work for SEPTA. Once I decided I was going to get really serious, I was probably like a lot of people. I was on YouTube every moment I had like a break. I was on YouTube or I was reading books. That's like where my mind was at. And so I came across this concept of private lenders, and I had never even heard of that. I didn't know that ordinary people would lend you money. I always just assumed it was banks, right? And so a lot of this goes to goes to your upbringing. I come from more like a lower income upbringing, so a lot of these strategies were just nobody was talking about private money. You'd be lucky if somebody lent you $20. You'd be asking back for it the next day. Hey, what about the $20 I gave you 2 hours ago? So once I found out about this concept, I became fascinated. And then it was one individual that just turned up more and more on like YouTube. So again, going back to marketing well, and the guy's name is Alan Cowgill. If anybody ever is interested in him, but so I was following him and I saw he was coming to right outside of Philadelphia instantly. I just bought the ticket. I was like, I've been following this dude for months. And I would have probably flew somewhere else, but it just so happened he was like right outside of Philadelphia. So went there, listened to what he had to say. It was great. And he offered a course. No problem. Bought the course. And then he did a event. It was down in Fort Lauderdale. Hopped on a plane. This is when I was still working. I took time off, hopped on a plane, went down, went through the whole course. I mean, it broke down the whole process to you. And before I get into the end of it, I just want to just make this like this is really important. That's when it's so important. You got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in yourself. I'm not saying you got to buy everything in everybody's course, but if it's something you want, something that can be a game changer, you got to invest in yourself, right? I mean, that's a big part of growth, not just business, because it's not really about the money; it's about your growth, and because you're expanding your mind and what could be. But anyway, so I went down there. I took that course, learned, understood the rules because ultimately I believe you have to like learn in front of where you want to be. So if you know you want to be here, you have to be like learn there because if you just wait till something happens, it's going to take a lot of time to catch up. So after that course, it gave me the confidence to raise money. And I remember the first time I had spoke with some people about private lending. I was following, his whole spiel, and it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna maybe do it, and like back and forth for like a year, and so it was back and forth for a year, and then I remember, and it was January. It was January of like I don't know, maybe 2017, 18. Deal came up. He was like he called me. He's like, okay, well, we're finally ready to go. And actually, at that time, I kind of like this person made me like yes, but called me, said, I'm ready to go. First deal, I think he gave me 250,000. Then the same month, turned around and gave me like another $300,000. Now, since then, I mean, just this one individual with their friends, because what happens is once you become good, once you give people back their money, I mean, they've invested, I mean, millions and millions of dollars at this point because he's bought his buddies in and everything else. And that's just one person. And that's just from learning one thing. So, imagine if I'm like, this is $1,500. I'm not paying $1,500. I'm not paying $1,500, but you lose out on millions of dollars because you don't want to pay $1,500. And I guess it's different if you don't have it, then you don't have it. But if you have it and you're not willing to invest in yourself, why should anybody else invest millions in you? You don't think you're worth investing $1,500, so that blew the doors open for me. Since then, I didn't need any hard money. Like 98% of my deals are privately funded. Every once in a while, I may have to go to a hard. It's been years since I've had a hard money loan. I just closed on the deal Friday, this previous Friday. It was a private loan. It was fully funded. I didn't have to bring a dollar, and left out of closing with like $40,000. Because it's a different way of doing deals, right? They're not like, oh, we're going to do draws. No, just fund the whole deal up front. It just makes your investing. You can do a lot more. Put it like that, right? Because if that was hard money, I'd have to put down like 15%. Yeah, you have to really build those relationships. So, that's what I found with hard money lenders. You really have to find ones who want to see you grow, who are invested. It's really a partnership, right? It's more than just transactional. That's one thing I would definitely recommend for anybody that's looking at hard money. Don't just look at it as just borrowing money. You want to build relationships. Like those lenders should be as interested in seeing you grow as they are in seeing their capital back, right? And if you're not getting that vibe, go somewhere else, because there will be people who are interested in your growth. But you have to be out there. You have to be networking. It's good to tie in with people that have those experiences, because maybe they could save you going to 10 hard money lenders. Like I say, no, go there. Talk to them. They will be the ones, and that's what we're talking about.